And above all, don't forget to watch Evil Dead Chicks Top 10.
Hi, I am Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. Don't forget to watch Evil Dead Chick on Deadites on Deck on YouTube. Oh, and subscribe, man.
They're all messed up.
Hey gang, hey the poet, and welcome to yet another edition of They're All Messed Up. This is rescheduled from last week when I wasn't feeling so hot. So tonight, here in a little bit, we're going to be talking about the swinging barmaids and Alice Sweet Alice and the kills in these. And I promise there's going to be some kills in something called the swinging barmaids. I did not think of it as a slasher. I thought of it as a sexploitation movie at best, but it does have elements of a slasher in it. So I didn't figure it would be with that title, but you never know, do you? So we'll get to that here in just a little bit. I also want to remind you that tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, will be another Evil Dead Chicks Top 10. The poet, I know you like these Evil Dead Chicks Top 10s. And I will be talking about my top 10 films of deadly love just in time for the Valentine's Day holiday. I know we're at the end of January, but we're getting ready to go into February, and you know what that means, folks. Valentine's Day. So I thought I'd give y'all an extra special treat with another Evil Dead Chicks Top 10 coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I also want to remind everybody that there are several different ways that you can support me in the channel, and it won't cost you a dime. As much as I love the super chats and the super stickers and people joining the channel and joining my Patreon, I realize, especially in this day and age, everybody's not made out of money. So here are some ways that you can help support me in the channel. It won't cost you a dime, folks. One of the ways is by subscribing. If you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not going to come to your house and try to minister to you or sell you cookies and candy bars. And you can watch as many of the videos and live streams as you want, or as few as you want. And nobody's going to come say, well, why didn't you watch this one that Dana did? I honestly don't look at the names, folks. I look at the numbers. And so I'm really, I like seeing familiar faces and names and stuff like that, but I'm not going and actually looking to see who's subscribed and who has not, you know. So apparently there is also a way to keep yourself hidden, your name or your channel handle hidden from those people that you subscribe to. So just keep that in mind. I don't know how you do it, but apparently you can do it. Let me take myself out of the stream just 1 second and let one of my dogs in. Okay, so I'm back. Hopefully I won't have to go away again. Um, and once you subscribe, here's another way that you can support me and the channel. You can hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that I've got coming out, even if I change dates or times or any of that. The notification bell should work. Now, I know in the past, sometimes YouTube has glitches or whatever, and people don't get notified. I wish that I could say that that would never happen again. However, I can't. But when it's working, it works great. And you can also hit the like button for things that you particularly enjoy. And heck, if you like it all, hey kids, well, that's okay. Thank you for stopping in, at least to say hey. And I know that you will watch it on the replay. So I appreciate you coming in just for a short time. I understand other people have streams and other things to do, but that's one great thing about YouTube. If there can be anything great about YouTube, is that barring anything blowing up or exploding, imploding, whatever, you will be able to watch it on the replay. But if you like everything, hey, hit that like button all across the board, folks. And here's one more way that you can support me and the channel. It won't cost you a dime, won't cost anybody that you tell about my channel a dime. And that's by sharing with friends and family members that you think might enjoy my content. Share my channel handle with them at Deadites on Deck. And if you feel so inclined and want to spend some money, I do have my shop at deaditesondeck.com. I even do custom work. So if you're not into horror, if you need something for a ball team or for your business or side business, a friend or family member's business or side business, shirt design, hat design, whatever, hit me up. I have a handy dandy form on the homepage of the shop site. And you can just let me know what it is you so desire. And I will get with you. I will work with you to create a logo that you like and that you would be pleased to put on a shirt or hat, etc., etc. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the movies. And I don't own a copy of The Swinging Barmaids, hence we've got a little visual aid here. And here's here's something else that would make you think this is purely a sexploitation movie. The service is fast and their customers always come first. Yeah, just the picture, everything makes it look like a sexploitation film. And there is nudity in it, folks. I ain't even gonna lie about that. Okay, but it does have really a lot of slasher elements to it. I'll just say that. But what it also has is one of the fakest beards I've ever seen in a movie, other than like martial arts movies, and I was laughing at that. But the movie wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It came out in 1975, directed by Gus Triconis. So we have a total of 8 total deaths in the Swinging Barmaids. Um, and I'm going to get to those, but let's talk a little bit about the plot. If you could say that the Swinging Barmaids has a plot, you have these barmaids who are scantily dressed, and they serve drinks to people. Well, there's one guy that's a weirdo, and he ends up usually following at least one of the girls home and attacking and killing them. And that's your basic story. And he shaves off his beard at one point and infiltrates their little bar and causes all kinds of havoc. Yeah, me too, kids. She said, I would be shocked if something called the Swinging Barmaids ended up with a good plot. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. So let's talk about the kills in the Swinging Barmaid. So we have a woman that's stabbed in the back, a woman that gets drowned in the pool, a man has air injected into an artery, which that death was pretty cool. A woman strangled, 3 men shot, and another man is shot to death. I mean, he's riddled full of holes. Now, as for the movie itself, I like the slasher aspects of it. Like me and Kits both said, something called The Swinging Barmaids could not have a good plot. If it did, I would be as shocked as Kits would be. So, and if somebody can find one with a title like that that has an excellent plot, yeah, I would. I would love to see it. You said this movie would be good for up all night. Yeah, with Rhonda Shear. Yeah, this would have been a prime candidate back in the day, and now because I hear Rhonda Shear's doing something kind of like reviving Up All Night. But yeah, this probably would have been perfect, and it probably would have been back when Joe Bob Briggs was doing drive-in theater. It probably would have been a good one for drive-in theater on the movie channel back in the day as well. I didn't mind it. There were things about it that could have been a little bit better. But I did appreciate the slasher aspect of it and how, with a title like this, it's kind of unassuming as a slasher film. I think that's kind of creative. Some people would say that's foolhardy and stupid because slasher fans might miss it. But I have a husband who told me in advance that The Swinging Barmaids was a slasher film and not just a pure sexploitation or exploitation film. So I'll go ahead and give it a rating. What the hey? I'm going to give it about 3, possibly 3.5 deadites out of 5, folks, for The Swinging Barmaids. All right. So the next one is one that I've talked about quite a bit, and I do have an actual physical copy of this. I've talked about it quite a bit quite recently, and that's Alice, Sweet Alice. I absolutely love this film, and this is indeed a slasher film, a very well-made slasher film, believe it or not. Not really starring, but featuring a very young Brooke Shields, who, I love Brooke Shields as an actress, folks, but the only thing that kind of turned me, it didn't really turn me off of the movie, but Brooke Shields' character of Karen was an annoying little kid, annoying, bratty little kid. But, that did not take away from the excellent storyline, the excellent plot that Alice, Sweet Alice has. You saw it on YouTube. Which one, Tom? Alice, Sweet Alice, or the Swinging Barmaids? But this came out in 1976. It's as old as I am. It's 49 years old, people. Directed by Alfred Soul. So Alice, Sweet Alice. So before we get to the kills in this, Alice, Sweet Alice tells the tale of a young girl who is murdered on the day of her first communion. And that is the other title for the film, Communion. And she is very brutally strangled and then put in some kind of trunk or something and set on fire. So you don't see that every day in horror movies. At least, not unless it's a Cat 3 movie. And if you don't know what a Cat 3 movie is, look it up. They're always putting kids in, it seems like, mortal danger in Cat 3 movies, having kids hang out of car windows and everything else. I've seen a few of them with Steve. So of course, suspicion is cast on Alice, the older sister of Karen. And other people were killed by someone wearing what my granny would have always called a false face mask. It's kind of a translucent type, really creepy looking mask, and somebody wearing a yellow raincoat and the false face mask. And it's going around stabbing people and, killing people in various other ways, sometimes inventive ways. I really, really love Alice, Sweet Alice since the first time I saw it. And I'm going to give a rating here before I get off of here for tonight. But that's your basic plot. And I have kind of compared this with Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. And Steve says he can't really see the similarities. But one of the big similarities is a killer running around in a raincoat, slashing people up. Only that time it's a red raincoat and not a yellow raincoat. Yeah, and those raincoats were so popular in the 70s. And that's probably why it ended up in two films like that were kind of similar. So let's talk a little bit about the kills. We have only four deaths in this, but this is a lot more visceral than the Swinging Barmaids, folks. I love this movie too, kids. I love it so much. So we have a young girl strangled and then put inside a wooden box and set on fire with a candle. That's pretty gruesome, almost right off the bat, folks. We've got a man stabbed, beat in the head with a brick repeatedly, beat in the face with a shoe repeatedly, and then pushed out of a window. So that guy was, he was dead in in a fairly gruesome manner. Then we have a man stabbed to death and another man stabbed in the throat. So Alice, Sweet Alice is definitely a slasher through and through. You say, Tom, that it has a strange atmosphere. I like that. Yes, I do too. Very, very bizarre. Just an atmosphere that kind of makes you on edge the entire movie. And that's another reason I like it. It never lets you relax. And, from time to time, I like movies like that just do not let you relax. You can't breathe a sigh of relief because it's just on and on and on. Even when there's not killing going on, there's still something just underneath the skin, kind of. But I'm going to give Alice, Sweet Alice, of course, 5 deadites out of 5 because this is a nearly perfect film. And I don't say that about too many horror films, especially, but Alice, Sweet Alice fits the bill when it comes to that. So, folks, I know this wasn't very long. I was only on here for about 21 minutes. But again, like I always say, I don't like to be on here just going on and on and on about stuff. I like to get to the point and give my rating in a lot of cases and then go ahead and call it a night. But the poet, Tom, Kits, I would like to thank all you guys and gals for hanging out in the chat with me. I really appreciate it. And Kits, look, you were able to stay for the whole time that I was talking about the movie, so that was awesome. And so I guess that is it from me for tonight. But be sure, if you can, to tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another Evil Dead Chicks Top 10, talking about my top 10 films of deadly love. And I guess I'm out of here for now. I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, the poet, you say, would you see a Hard Eyes too? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely would, the poet. But before I get off here for the night, I want to remind everybody, as I always do, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night, folks. We're getting ever closer to the weekend. And guess what, folks? It's going to be a watch-along weekend this weekend. We're going to be watching Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. So if you can, be sure to tune in for that. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday. And, of course, there will be another My Path to Becoming a Positive Renegade on Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I guess that's it for me. I'm out of here for now, but I'll see everybody next time.